Yes. Big John here. So, the Labour Party and women. The Labour Party and women. So, I've just got an article here. 11th of March 2016. Labour MP felt pressured after speaking out. A Labour MP has said he is disappointed by the party's response to concerns about the selection of female Muslim councillors. Gavin Shucker is MP for Luton South. He told BBC Newsnight in recent weeks, when I have spoken up about this issue, I felt extremely pressured to be silent on the things I know to be true. The Labour Party said any complaints or evidence of sexism or intimidation were dealt with fairly. Mr. Shurka raised concerns in response to claims made by the charity Muslim Women's Network UK concerning the blocking of vocal independent Muslim women by male members of the Labour Party who are of Pakistani heritage. MWN UK has called for an inquiry by the party into systematic misogyny within the Labour Party. I can never get that word right, sorry. Mr. Shucker says, I've been disappointed with the response of the Labour Party. I would like robust action from the leadership, both from the NEC and from the leader of the Labour Party, to say if there are these practices, we will take time to root them out. Sinister elements. When people came forward with legitimate concerns, they should be backed, not silenced. This is not just a moral imperative, it's an electoral imperative. We can't carry on treating the Muslim community as fools. We need to serve up great candidates at every single level. The community knows when there are abuses of power. Right, let me just get a couple of things straight. No, we get people in council by merit. That's what we do. And a lot of these people are crooks. Going on into more into this video, you'll see where it says that these people who are councillors stick up for all the gangsters and the wrong uns in the community. One Asian woman, a former Labour councillor, agreed to be interviewed by BBC Newsnight as long as her identity was kept hidden. She claimed Pakistani heritage councillors on the English council where she served, who are still sitting councillors, regularly protect corrupt Asian businessmen. On one occasion, Zahara says the police presented councillors with a sexually explicit video as they ruled on whether to shut down a club. She told Newsnight the decision ultimately should have been to close the establishment down because of the inappropriate behaviours going on of a sexual nature between young white girls and Asian males that was being shown on the video. I was clearly told to stop questioning by hand gesture and nudged by senior male councillors that were Asian who were sitting next to me. I was told, do you know who it is? It's a very prominent Asian businessman that supports us. This woman claims that on this occasion and many others, because she refused to do as these powerful councillors of Pakistani heritage demanded, they got her deselected. There's more misogyny claims. Then it comes to mentions Oldham. In some cases, the Labour Party has put individual wards into special measures that effectively means the selection process is taken out of local hands. That has happened in Oldham, where Arooj Shah is a councillor, though there is still resistance from some Labour members in a predominantly Asian area to a Muslim woman representing them. Big thing, that. Big thing. If we know anything, if we know something, is that men rule in the Muslim domain in Islam. Men rule, not women. This kind of thing has been going on for years in Oldham, but the Labour Party don't tackle it. The Labour Party don't tackle it. We haven't finished yet. We're not going to stick to Islam. We're going on to other stuff. So yeah. So this is just a bit about stuff going on. Now, this next article, it's not about a woman, but he's a councillor in Oldham. He stepped down under accusations of rape, which ended up not going, he didn't get prosecuted. He got dropped for lack of evidence or whatever. But in the report before, you just heard it said, this is from 2000. This particular one I'm on now is from 2008. But you heard in the one before that they stick up, that's a prominent businessman. He sticks up for me. Same with the councillors. And I don't know if people are aware, but there's going to be councillors and police involved in some of these abuse claims, just like the Amjad Ditta, who we reported on. There's going to be councillors and police and other officials of councils involved in the gang raping that went on in Rotherham and all that. There is going to be, they'll be coming out, they'll definitely be coming out. So he was arrested 2007 and investigated over the rape of a 16-year-old girl. He admitted sex with her, but said it was consensual and no charges were brought. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. And that probably was a white girl, and I think he were married. Ugh, you couldn't make it up. So let's move on now. Arooj Shah, council's deputy leader, hits back at claims she slept her way to the top as she speaks out about the textbook misogyny she faces. And that's Arooj Shah. So she's second in command of the council, Muslim, and she's just been fighting again the Muslim men in her where she lives. They don't want her in. They don't want a woman leading, and it's really obvious. The Labour Party don't deal with it though, and it doesn't come out now. If I would have been involved in a similar incident, that it'd be all over Open Not 8 pages. You know what I mean? You just couldn't make it up how corrupt and everything our system and everything is. Online abusers claim she slept her way to the top and is likely to have STDs, and she condemned harassment and attacks on politicians. As she condemned harassment and attacks on politicians. Well, of harassment and attack, no, but we can call them out when they're wrong, Arooj Shah. And you're not an angel. You're not an angel. Not with the people you know. So her own community has hounded her and abused her verbally. Her own community. It's not no EDLers or right wingers or National Front. Nobody like that. It's her own community who've put all them slurs out about her own community, and that's what they're good at. Really good at doing that in areas. They're really good at smearing people and attacking people verbally and stuff like that. There's loads of cases of Muslims proper harassing people, worse than what I've ever seen of any so-called right wingers. You couldn't make it up. And Councillor Shah also addressed long-standing rumours about her interactions with Mohammed Imran Ali or Irish image Dale Cregan's getaway driver. And I've showed you the picture. I've showed you the picture. Just let me get it up. Well, maybe I won't get it up. What? Right, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you removed that ad. Well, there's no more on that one because I can't get it. Oh, there it is. There it is. And that's the Irish Immy guy. And there's pictures of her with him. Her brother's a convicted drug dealer and all stuff like that. Now, if I had pictures with people, if I have a picture, if let's say I had a picture with like a picture with me, Tommy Robinson, and Anne-Marie Waters in it, just let's say there was a picture like that, or any picture with me with someone like that, I would be all over the front pages of the newspapers and stuff like that. But not Councillor Shah, not Labour. They can stop all that. The media do as they're told when it comes to Labour, and obviously they can suppress that. But it's called guilty by association, so I'm going to be using that myself when I run as a councillor. Guilty by association. And even if you don't know the person you're next to, if it's a criminal, you're going to get called out over it, because that's what they would do to me. But yeah, so women. So we haven't finished yet. We haven't finished. Right. So now, remember, this is the Labour Party and women. Yeah. A Jewish Labour MP has been given protection from 2 police officers while attending the Labour Party conference as the Labour Party's row over anti-Semitism continues. The biggest place of anti-Semitism I've ever known is that Labour Party. And who do you think will be the most anti-Semitic in the Labour Party? Certainly not white people, but the Muslims are very anti-Semitic, and they're running the council, they run them in Oldham and all that lot. But anyway, so she has to be escorted to the Labour conference by security. That's from her own people in the Labour Party. That is from her own people in the Labour Party. You just couldn't make it up. And I'm not bothered, me, what anyone thinks of Jewish people or anything, but really, a Labour Party members, she fears that much from her own party members that she has to have a security. I mean, I wouldn't be in the Labour Party if it was that bad for me. I wouldn't be in the Labour Party if I needed security to go to the main conference. I'm telling you, honestly, you just couldn't make it up what Labour are like when it comes to women. And I know everyone believes you can, the patriarchal, men's got to rule, men's got to lead, whatever. But, I don't treat anybody like that. I'm not threatened anyone's physical violence on anyone, even though the likes of Amy Fenton and all that will say I haven't done nothing. I've not been arrested for it because I haven't done now. I swear, and I sound angry. So I should swear and sound angry. The media, the fake news media, honestly, you just couldn't make it up. So yeah, so security having to go to her own party, just like, you couldn't make it up. I would not be in any party where I needed security to go to the yearly meeting. I just couldn't make it up. We haven't finished yet. We haven't finished with the Jews. That's what we're saying. We're not finished with the Jews. Deborah Abrams, our very own Oldham. Very own in Oldham. So another one. But this is a bit of a twist, this, actually. It is a bit of a twist. She's been sacked from the Labour front bench over workplace bullying claims. A couple of years ago it happened, this. So what, did she really bully anyone? Does that mean that, like, Jews are bullies? Probably not. But, and, I mean, she's been in Oldham a while. And she's Labour, and I can't be doing with Labour values. She's a senior Labour member, and so what she wanted would go against everything that I want. one in policies and stuff like that. So I'm, you know, she's not my best friend or anything. You know what I mean? Honestly. But yeah, so workplace bullying claims. I'm getting done in with these advertisements. Workplace bullying claims. Deborah Abrams stood aside as shadow work compensation secretary in March while the claims were investigated by party bosses. At the time, the MP who denies the accusation launched an extraordinary attack on Jeremy Corbyn's office. Listen to this now. Claiming that certain individuals have been aggressive, intimidating, and wholly unprofessional towards her over the past year. So again, the men obviously don't want her in, or what have they got an issue with her, and she gets attacked, and you know, we know what Labour are like, we know what these people, we know what like Owen Jones is like. Oh, he threatened me. He speaks to me too loudly. Well, you shouldn't be going on about the far right all the time. That's not the issue, Owen. If it was, I'd be against that. But there ain't no fucking far right terrorists blowing anyone up. There ain't no far right rapists going around working in rape gangs being covered up by the local Labour councils or whatever councils. There is no gangs of them like that. But there is. There is on the other side. There's plenty of you stick up for rape gangs. You stick up for Labour. You stick up for cover-ups, and Owen Jones, you're fake trash news anyway. But yeah, so the Labour Party and women, they have a difficult time with women. I do feel actually sorry for Muslim women because I've seen the kind of the pressured attacks that they get. There was an ex-Muslim councillor who was male, and he ended up off his own community because he spoke out against covering up and all this rape gang crap and all these cover-ups. He spoke out against it, and his own community like forced him to move, and he's in fear of his life. His own community. And another woman, another councillor, I can't remember her name. If you ever find a link, I will mention it. And she was in the coldest area. She tried to run in the coldest area because obviously the Labour Party like that to women. Oh, come on, you join us. Yeah, we need more women in and all that, even though the guys don't want them to. But that's what they're like. And yeah, you're BAME, we'll have you in. It doesn't matter if you can't do the job. We'll just put you in anyway. And she got that much crap, she had to move, and she run in in a little village somewhere where it's just pure whiteys who were all lefties. Oh yeah, we'll have you as your councillor. We'll have you as our councillor. Yeah. We don't know anything about what happened in your own area, but we'll have you here. You just couldn't make it up. Thank you very much.